All right, we are live for our 3 o'clock live stream here at the beautiful Prairie Creek Redwood State Park in Redwood State and National Park. This is on the far north coast of California, just south of the Oregon border. All right, and what I would like to talk to you all about today is the coming of fall. Just want to say hello really quick. We've been off. I've been off at least for a couple of weeks. We had our seasonal staff. I was on for Biodiversity Week. I'm just really excited to be coming back to these Facebook Lives. We're going to shift up the way we do them a little bit. I'll talk about that at the end. So if you've been noticing our Facebook Live kind of, daily sequence and things like that has been mixed up, stay tuned. I'll talk a little bit about that at the end. But what I want to talk to you guys about today, I'm so excited to be back. We're getting into fall season, the season of fall. Colors everywhere, leaves are changing, things are happening, leaves are falling. There's all kinds of beautiful colors in the forest. What I want to talk to you guys about today is these beautiful colors in a redwood forest. Now, one of the things about a redwood forest is that these trees are not deciduous, meaning they do not lose their leaves. They're evergreen. They don't lose their leaves at one time of the year. So fall, we know for all of the deciduous trees, the trees that lose their leaves in the fall, all those leaves start to fall at once. You get all these beautiful colors coming in. But for coast redwood trees and a lot of these evergreens that we have here, it's not the case. They lose their leaves year-round. So I just want to talk a little bit about the colors that you can find in a forest. And one of my favorite activities to do, especially with kids, is to notice the difference in some of these colors. So when you look around a forest, a lot of the time you think, what colors are you seeing? And you say, green, brown. Maybe in the fall you get orange, red. One of my favorite things to do is to, think more about what these colors are. Imagine that you work for Crayola or some other crayon company. Their colors are never just red, orange, blue. They're like burnt sienna, forest green, pensive blue. They've got all of these interesting names. So what I'd like to do is to do a little bit of exploration. I'm going to find a couple of colors, and I'd love for you guys to comment what you would name these colors. And I just realized that I have not commented, so I can't see your comments if they're coming in. Hopefully you guys can hear me and see me. I haven't had a whole lot of luck at this site the last 2 times that I've done programs here. So hopefully I'm coming in nice. See, somebody commented, dude, where's the poison oak? So I'm up a little bit further north. We don't see a lot of poison oak in this park because it's a little bit wet and a little bit too cold. A little bit further south, you get a lot of poison oak growing in. And, talking about colors, poison oak grows in all kinds of different colors, from reds and greens, all kinds of pretty stuff. So something I really love about a redwood forest in fall is because these evergreen trees, their leaves stay green, you get this really beautiful mix of the trees that change colors and start to drop their leaves and trees that stay green. So let's practice naming our color right now. So we've got all of these really beautiful sword ferns, right? And if you look close, these leaves are a pretty even shade of green. What would you guys call this shade of green you have here on the sword ferns? Oh, video isn't very clear. That's unfortunate. I'm gonna head back towards where we have connectivity, and let's see if that helps a little bit. So I'm going to walk back towards where we have service, and hopefully the video will clear up a little bit. But I just think it's incredible. This is another great example right here. You have the green of a fresh frond on a sword fern, and then this slightly more pale green here. This is this frond has started to kind of dry up and die. You also have this green on the redwood sorrel. So how about that green for the redwood sorrel? What would you call that green compared to this green of the sword fern? I see a lime green. That's a great answer. I see chartreuse as an answer. That's excellent. So this is one of my favorite activities to do with kids. If you're doing some exploration in the forest with kids, especially coming into the fall season, see if you can't get out into an outdoor space. It doesn't have to be an elaborate park, just anywhere that you're seeing some of these fall colors. And bring some crayons with you, some Crayola crayons or some colors, and see if you can match those colors in nature to these colors in your crayon box or your colored pencils and things like that. Here's another really excellent one right here. Hopefully it's clearing up a little bit. I'm moving back towards service. This single blade that has started to turn, started to die, but it still has these splotches of green. It's got an orangish color. It's got a yellow that goes into a paler yellow, almost close to white. There's like 5 colors in that single blade. And those little speckles on the bottom of that sword fern, those are their sori. That's their spores for when they're reproducing. Let's see, I got some more comments here. Got a dark army green, a lemony lime green, sage green. I'm thinking that's for the sorrels. Those are some good answers. Yeah, the sorrels are a little bit paler usually. And even on a sorrel, oh, I'm sorry, I'm still zoomed in here. That was probably a little disorienting. Even on these sorrels, you can see that they have this paler green there in the middle compared to the leaflets that are that darker green, that lemony lime green, sage green, and then on the underside of these leaves, look at that brilliant purple color, which is absolutely beautiful. And that's redwood sorrel. You can always tell redwood sorrel by that beautiful purple on the underside. And if it is purple, it's a good time to eat it. But you don't want to eat too much or it can make your belly sick. And we have, the green of the redwood needles. And this is something else really cool about these redwood needles. You can't see it as well in this video, it doesn't look like, but look at this green here at the end of these leaves compared to the green of the leaves next to it. I'll try and get out of the sun there. So you can see these leaves over here compared to these leaves here. The difference here is that these leaves on the right side, this is new growth. The leaves over here on the left side, those have been around a little while. So that's another really cool thing that you can tell about these plants just by looking at the color or the shade of green on them, is what's new growth, what is fresh growth on this plant, and what's kind of been around for a little while. Here's a good example right here. You can see. I'll hold this still for you guys. If you look right at the end of this leaf, you can see are this branch here. You can see this bright green color at the very end there. Robin Shorter said she likes asking kids about the shapes of things as well. I love that. That's another great activity. Hey guys, how's it going? Let's see what other colors we can find. So we head on back towards the field here. Some of these plants that are dying, and that's essentially what's happening with these fall leaves, is that these leaves are dying, falling off the trees, and as they die, they turn all kinds of these brilliant colors. That's a great place to kind of look for these colors, is in any, dying branches and things like that on these trees. And unfortunately, it's a little bit early in fall. There are a couple of deciduous trees here, and you'll start to see them change colors and start to drop their leaves. But it's a little bit early in the season for that. And zoom in over there. I don't know how well you guys can see that with the connection not being super great, but there are some trees over there that are just starting to turn color. I'll walk over that way and see if we can't connect. But really excited that we're getting into the fall season. It is one of my favorite seasons in the redwood forest, being able to see all of these deciduous trees intermixed with the evergreens. They really start to kind of stand out as they drop their leaves and things like that. It's really beautiful, and one of my favorite moments I've ever had in the redwood forest. I was driving down the Avenue of the Giants, and it was my first time being there in fall. It was super foggy, misty all along the road. You had these beautiful beams of sunlight coming in, and just a rain of leaves, all different colors, just smattered along the evergreen canopy of the coast redwoods. It was an incredibly beautiful sight. It's going to stick with me forever. So do you guys have some favorite things about fall? Maybe pumpkin spice lattes coming back, maybe the changing of the leaves, maybe just getting some rain is something that gets you really excited. But I am really excited about fall. I wanted to share a little bit about one of my favorite fall activities, to get kids out and just exploring in nature, checking out colors, seeing if you can tell the names of them. All right, let's see how my connection holds up. I'm getting back towards some of these colorful trees. See if we can see up in the canopy there. You can see some of these alder trees just past the redwoods. They're starting to turn colors a little bit there. And man, it is just a sight to see these leaves falling down in a redwood forest. Well, I wanted to keep it pretty brief today, so just I really encourage you guys to head out, spend some time outdoors, maybe take a kid along with you, ask them about the shapes and the colors, and see how many different shades you can find in a single blade of grass or a single leaf. Especially these fall leaves, as they start to fall, you can find all kinds of colors in a single leaf. It's really beautiful. All right, so just wanted to let you guys know really quick, for those of you who have been tuning in very regularly, we've been doing these Facebook live streams for quite a while. I think since March we've been doing these programs. So we've been doing them, trying to be live every single day. Obviously, those of you guys who have been joining us, we've missed a few days. Sometimes we do canned or recorded videos instead of these live videos, but we do really enjoy joining you live. We are going back into the school season, so a lot of our interpretive staff who does these videos is getting really busy with field trips, virtual field trips. It's our PORTS program. If you are a teacher or a student, please check out our PORTS program. There is tons of great field trips that you can take, virtual field trips with interpreters, like many of the ones that you see on our Facebook Live programs. We are going to move towards a new system where we are not live every day, but we're going to be live every other day. We're still going to have content coming out every single day at 3 o'clock. Just half of those videos are going to be either ones that we've done before or our pre-recorded videos or canned videos. We're going to be sharing all kinds of great content, so still stay tuned. Check out those videos. They are going to be great. Some of them will be kind of our favorite of our Facebook Lives. Like I said, some of them are going to be kind of these more polished and recorded videos. And we're looking at starting to branch out into other mediums. So if you don't already follow us on Instagram or check out our YouTube page. We're going to be starting to focus on putting some content into these other social media mediums as well, just as we've put all of this love into Facebook. And we really appreciate all of this feedback we've been getting. This really means a lot to see how big of an audience we have, virtually how many people are tuning in for these programs, and all of your feedback on how much you guys have been enjoying this program is just so valuable, not just making us feel good, but really proves that what we're doing is important. So we really appreciate your support, showing up here, checking out these programs daily, and your support just means so much to us. So thank you so much for being here. Well, that's all I have for today. Be on the lookout for these programs. Again, starting next week, we're going to go every other day with the live programs, but we'll still have daily content coming to you 3 o'clock every single day here on our Facebook page. So thank you guys so much for your continued support. I am so happy to be back here. I'll be around every Saturday at 3 o'clock. You'll be seeing content from me. So be sure to check it out. And every day at 3 o'clock, we'll have more and more things going on. Let me just flip through here and make sure we don't have any questions. I see lots of love for fall. We all love fall. Jade green, sage green, lemon limey green. So many ways you can describe these colors. I love it. Well, thank you guys all so much again for joining me. Check out the colors in your local neighborhood as fall approaches. Enjoy that cool air and maybe some rain. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you soon.